What up, Cowboy Nation?
What up?
Yes, sir. We are back. We are back. I'm your man, T. Drake.
And I am your man, Coach T. And we are I-70 Entertainment, coming straight from the capital city of Ohio, Columbus, Ohio.
That's right. That's right. We're coming to you now. We gave you the regular season coverage. Now we're going to start working on the off season. Took a couple of weeks off.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff has been happening.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff has been happening. We're going to get to it all. Yeah, a lot to catch up on, Coach. So let's get things going right off the bat. We got a new head coach, man. We got a new head coach. Let's get that right out the way. Brian Schottenheimer has became the coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Didn't see that one coming.
No, sir.
Didn't see that one coming. I don't think a lot of people did, Coach. I don't think a lot of people saw that one.
Nah, like I'm at a loss, man, because I mean he was not on the radar in the beginning. You heard the Deion Sanders, you heard the possibly interviewing with Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson. You know, you heard all those guys, and then it was Schottenheimer getting the second interview. Like, dang.
Yeah, it's getting serious.
Yeah. So yeah. I guess he impressed.
Yeah, I guess he impressed somebody, man. Like, I feel like, maybe their talks with McCarthy, the roof fell out the bottom, and they had to pivot. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think maybe this is a Dak-friendly coaching hire.
Okay.
I think they hired somebody that Dak really wanted, that they feel can nurture and, keep that. Development of him and something that he's familiar with. Familiarity, I think, had a lot to do with it.
Right.
As we've discussed, I'm optimistic about it.
Yes, sir.
I really like what I heard from him in his press conference, and the things I've looked back that he's done with his development of Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, and he's had some good seasons. I think top 10 offense a couple times there in Seattle. He's done some good things, and he's been around the league a long time, 20 plus years. Right. And he's got the blood of his dad, who was a hell of a coach. So I'd like to get your takes on it, Coach.
Like you said, he we'll see. He's talking a good game.
Yes, sir.
The cut splits, the motion, trying to the run game mirror the pass game to keep the defenses guessing. I mean that's great because we've been how many years with the Jason Garrett, Scott Linehan, Kellen Moore years, you know what I mean? So it'll be good to get something new out there besides the 5-10 yard comebacks. So you've got me to the point where I'm a little balanced because I was totally like, man, this is the same as Jerry Jones being given us all. But your optimism has gotten me to shift like, okay, let's give him a chance and see what he can do.
Yeah, that's all we got as Cowboys fans, man. But it's the things that that, man. It seems like those things are modernizing the offense, and that's what I felt like we didn't have. And then to hear that Jerry was saying that he had been saying a lot of these things and wasn't able to get these things out with McCarthy. I think McCarthy did not want to implement some of the things he wanted to.
Right.
He's been around this offense that he helped, with McCarthy, and from what I'm hearing, he developed a lot of it with him.
Right.
We've been top 10 offense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've had one of the, I think, top offenses, number one in the league at one time. We had Dak playing as an MVP, and I'm hearing that he had a lot to do with it. So he's going to have familiarity, and the big thing, too, is if you saw the press conference, not only did he say the right things, and we'll see if he proves to do them, but I saw the players there.
Right,
I saw a lot of those guys there. That goes to show me that they support him.
Absolutely, and that's the big thing, man. Because you got players there, they ain't got to be there.
That's right.
Well, I'm gonna come to the store for this.
That's right.
I can do other things. So that means he has their support, and that means he had a voice in the locker room that they respected.
Yeah.
And so that's definitely a positive. So
yeah,
we definitely gonna give my man
Yeah, and I think too one of the things that I like that he was talking about, and I think you have to be successful in this league, is you have to be able to run the football.
Yes.
And that's something that I think he has, and that's one thing in his resume that sticks out. And he talked about it, man. He wants to run the football, and if you can run the football, you can control the trenches. Then that makes that passing game that much easier.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you also heard him hit a lot on play action.
And that's where Dak thrives.
Yep.
When he has a great, strong running game and he can do that play action, he can have a play action where not like this year where we running on the second play of the game and nobody is thinking, nobody cares if we run because we couldn't run in the beginning of the year.
Yep.
Now we can have a run game where it will really have meaning. And Dak he can really thrive off of the play action, which we've seen when he had Zeke in the beginning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And another thing is that, I like what I'm seeing from him, and this is in the early stages, but the coaching staff. The coaching staff is starting to shake out. And I'm really liking these hires and the staff that he's starting to build out.
Yes, sir.
One of the people that we'll talk about to start off is the guy that we heard he was going to be the defensive coordinator before he actually had the job. So I think we all knew that Matt Epperfuss, former Chicago Bears coach, but a long time Dallas Cowboys, 7 years with the Star.
Absolutely.
So he knows a lot about the tradition here in Dallas and had a lot of success, had a lot of great players here that he had that played underneath him. I think Sean Lee had a really great career under him. What's my guy from Notre Dame that ended up tearing his knee up? Had the one great year. He was a Pro Bowler.
Was it Jalen Smith, was it?
Yeah, Jalen Smith.
Okay.
I think he coached those guys. He's had a couple of different positions with us, but I'm excited and want to know what you think about Matt as a defensive coordinator.
I'm excited too because we know he's what I've read about him is he's a Tampa 2 guy.
Yes.
And he's going to be basic.
Yes.
In the sense that the guys know their assignments. And they know what they're supposed to do, therefore they can thrive in that role.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? There's no second guessing. They can play fast because they know where they're supposed to be. I mean, and it like I've heard, we'll see. It's not too much exotic design like Zimmer, but because the offense, what you see is what you're gonna get. You see this is what we do.
Yeah.
But you still got to make the yards and. Do not take into account the Chicago Bears so much, because he was the head coach and he has a lot more responsibilities.
Yeah, he's going to be able to, focus on what he does best.
Right.
You know what I mean? And have great defenses.
Right.
I think the variations and things like that, he'll have some things in there. It just won't be, what he hangs his hat on. He's going to be solid. And I think the things I'm hearing is he is a run-stopping defensive coach, you know what I mean? He can do that. Key. So that's going to be great.
Yeah. And I'm anxious to see what he does with Micah. Is he just going to leave him out there on the D line? Is he going to let him roam?
Yeah.
Is he going to play off the ball any?
Yeah.
Because he's sideline to sideline. I mean,
but just think about it though. Walking in as a defensive coordinator with that guy.
Come on.
You know what I mean? You got something. You got something to work with.
Come on, man.
And I think it should be exciting for him. And if he's anything what I'm hearing about, man, he's going to use that guy and get the most out of him.
Right. Oh, yeah. Now, just a little off topic. D-Law, am I hearing he might be coming back?
I don't think I don't know. I haven't heard anything either way. Okay. It'd be interesting to see would we bring him back? Because I think at this point, we've got a lot of talent already at that position, and it's probably not a thing where he would want to play for the money that we would offer. That's just my take on it, Coach. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I think he wants to still play football, from what I'm hearing, though. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And who did Eberfluss bring with him? What's my man in the corner?
Oh, we talking about the other defensive coach, Overstreet. Yes, sir. Overstreet. Yeah. Overstreet comes from the Bears. Yeah, got a strong background in being a very solid coach. Very good at player development.
Right.
I'm excited about that as well, man. It sounds like this is starting to shape up to a very solid lineup of coaches that are young. You know what I mean? A little bit more vibrant.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not to say that
Yes,
you know the
sir.
ages, but I think you need to interject some of that youth back in there.
Well, we have to.
Yes, sir.
And the thing I looked up at the Bears, man. So 3 of their top, I think 7, 8 tacklers were corners. And like you talked about, that'd be great if Overstreet can bring that mentality over to us.
Yeah.
And maybe have our corners.
Yeah.
You know.
You're gonna be a
Giving
lot
up
more.
the body.
You're gonna be a lot more physical because in cover 2 defense, man, a lot of times you can play cover 2 hard or you can play cover 2 soft. If you're playing cover 2 hard, both corners are primary run support to the outside. So that means that you're gonna be up. You got to be physical with them guys, and you're gonna have to get up there, make the tackle, or force it back in. So yeah, and this coach, what I'm hearing. Eberflus is they're physical. You know what I mean? You got to bring that physicality back.
Sir.
So,
Yes,
like
sir.
I said,
I'm
some of them
with that.
guys we saw last year that maybe didn't want to put that, didn't want to lay no leather on nobody.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? You're going to have to change that.
I like
You're going to
that.
have to change that. We're going to be
It's
more
a physical sport. You have to be physical, man.
Yeah. Let's talk about also our special team coach is changing. We got Nick Sorensen coming over from the 49ers. A very good background as a coach.
Yeah.
49ers guy.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about him, Coach.
Now the thing with him is he was a defensive coordinator with the 49ers.
Yep.
And now he's going to be our special teams coach. But looking back, he worked with Schotty. He worked with Schotty as a special teams coordinator earlier in their careers. But I like that because not only I've heard good things about him, but he's coming from the Niners.
Yeah.
He can give us some of that good intel.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, whatever it takes. We got to smack them. I'm tired of them, man. We got to smack them.
Yes, sir. I like that too.
Yeah.
Next, let's talk about somebody Shotty's brought in that's going to be, I think, a big part. And I love this hire. That's our new offensive coordinator, Clayton Adams.
Yes, sir.
Clayton Adams is going to be a guy that's going to be heavily involved with the offensive line.
Absolutely.
And that run game, Coach.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about what you know about Clayton.
I know they were number 7 in rushing. Arizona Cardinals were.
Yes, they were.
I know that Kyler Murray, or the quarterback, was only sacked 30 times. I know that every running back averaged over 4 yards a carry. So I know he knows what he's doing. Because we were talking about the Cardinals.
Yes, sir.
And they ran the ball. O'Connor was a 1,000-yard rusher.
Yep.
Averaging over 4 yards a touch. So, like you said, I'm excited because we talked about Shotty wanting to really lean on that run game. Now we're bringing somebody in who really knows what it takes to run the ball effectively and efficiently.
That's right. And he's got a long list of being successful as a very physical, disciplined guy as far as the run game. Colorado Buffaloes, had a stint there, had really good success, went on to Boise State, had a lot of success. He even was an offensive coordinator at one point, served as an offensive coordinator at one time for one of the teams in his travel. Can't remember which team it was, but that's what the guy has got, a lot of history and background with the offense, especially that offensive line.
Absolutely, and which is what we need, man, because we have to get Guyton together. Yep. He has to show a lot. He has to show a big jump this year coming up, man.
Right.
And of course, we need to stay on a straight trajectory with BB as center.
Right.
And maybe he can shore up Steele, if you know what I mean.
I hope so, man. I hope so.
We have to.
But I know they're going to have some new guys to shore up because we're going to definitely talk about this in our next segment, that offensive line and defensive line where we're going to need to get some help in this draft. So before we talk about the draft, one good thing that I always love is when we hear about Will Clay getting an extension and being with us for a long tenure of time and extension.
Yeah, Will McClay deserves what he's getting, and more than that. But because with Jerry Jones as general manager, he doesn't want to spend money on free agency, so he puts the majority of his eggs in the draft basket.
Right.
And for the past however many years Will McClay has been here, we have really of course, we gonna strike out a couple times.
Yeah.
But he has a really great batting average when it comes to the draft. You know what I mean? He's hit some home runs. He's has a couple singles and doubles. He's really effective with the draft, and that's how we built our team.
I couldn't disagree with anything that you said there. Yeah, Will Clay is my guy. You know, that's my brother.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I love that he's part of that staff. I'm loving the way that, you know, he is going about getting talent, not just great talent, but you haven't heard a lot of stuff lately. You know, I know we had our old era about a lot of players getting in trouble off the field.
Yes, sir.
So I think we're bringing in high character guys as well.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
As part of it.
Absolutely.
So I just think he does a wonderful job, and I'm glad he's going to be around for us, and that Jerry and them has locked him up, because there were other teams that was talking about they wanted him as a GM.
Yeah. Oh, I believe
You know what I mean?
it. Yeah, we had to lock him up, and like you said before, man, your brother, he's the highest ranking brother in the front office, man.
Yes, sir.
And
man.
so we don't have many of us up there.
Yes, sir.
So it's a great thing that he's being retained.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's segment right over into the NFL draft. This 2025 NFL draft.
Yes, sir.
Cowboys fell to the 12th pick, or have the 12th selection. Coach, we're on the clock.
Okay.
And it's that first pick, man.
Okay.
I want to know, first of all, give me what you think our priorities are, and then tell me who you got on the first pick.
Our priorities, as they should be with any organization, are both of our offense and defensive lines. We have to find somebody for Zach Martin. I don't know if Hoffman can be that guy, maybe for a short stint, but not for years or a year. We got to see what it's up with Steele. And defensive line wise, we need defensive ends. We got Micah, we got Nealon, we got Sam Williams.
Yeah, he'll be coming back.
Golson.
Yep.
And that's about it, right?
Yeah, and my guy that's a free agent that said he wants to come back to the Cowboys came over from the Jets.
Oh, Carl Lawson.
Carl Lawson played very well towards the end of the season. So maybe an opportunity to bring him back as well.
And then in interior, we gotta keep Osa. And then we got
gotta
Mozzie.
keep Osa, man.
That's gotta be the top.
Yes, sir.
Osa is the key. He's dang near Pro Bowl talent, man. He didn't make it this year.
You got to keep him, and you got to get somebody with that same be able to run style, but you need a guy that can also get after that. That rusher too. Somebody didn't get after quarterback for that position. But go ahead, Coach.
Absolutely, no, you didn't cut me off. I was done, man. But we got Osa. Mozzie showed, a little. He showed progression.
Right. So you're saying we need O-line, we need D-line.
Yeah, we need D-line. But what we're going to get is we're going to get Ashton Genty if he's there.
Okay. There's his pick. That's Coach's pick there.
We Shotty said he want to run.
Yeah.
We brought in Clayton Adams.
Shotty want to run, man.
Yeah, Shotty want to run, man.
You got to have somebody to,
yes,
you know what I'm saying? You got to have somebody to carry you if you want to run. My initial thing was, before the evening coaches, when we was first just talking about in the offseason, was I wanted somebody to match up with CeeDee Lamb. I wanted to get somebody else in there to give you that double threat at the wide receiver.
Absolutely.
But listening to the coaches and seeing now who they're hiring, and it's evident that the run game is going to be the blueprint. And also seeing what Saquon Barkley has been doing. Lord. You know what I mean? Thank God. I know the Eagles is thanking God that they got him, because Jalen Hurts hasn't had the best of games and has struggled. Right. And you hand it to that guy, man. Let him go score. Just bye-bye.
Go to work.
So, I think this guy is a generational talent. You talking about a guy coming off 26+100 yards, 30 touchdowns. I mean, his videos look like, man, my man. And what was the running back? And they had the tape. What movie was that? Oh, Boys in the Hood. Remember everybody wanted to know who that guy was? Oh, my Ricky, right. His runs look like that on tape, man. Look like he playing football, playing Madden or something. But yeah, man, I definitely think that's probably going to be the way that we go.
Right.
If not, I told you I like that guy out there from Missouri. If he's there, I think he could be a game changer.
Luther Burton.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some good defensive ends out there too.
If you got Luther Burton and CD,
yes, sir.
That's dangerous, man.
Yes,
Luther,
sir.
When he gets the ball in his hands, you gotta get him down quick.
Got to.
He could take it to the house real easily.
Yes, sir. But yeah, we're taking a look at it here. Some of these prospects, as you can see, a lot of great talent out there that'll be available beyond that first round. So just depends on which way we want to go. Coach, tell me about your little theory that you was talking about as far as it maybe falling back.
Yeah, I was saying on some of those names, man, those Ohio State running backs. You talked about you liked them, man. If Jonty's not there, we can trade back. And maybe still get an O lineman, a D lineman, maybe, or a receiver, and then get one of those running backs in the second round, man. Because Travion Henderson.
Could you see getting Burton and then coming back and getting Trayvon Henderson?
That's dangerous, man. That's dangerous.
I like Trayvon Henderson, Travion Henderson.
Yeah.
I like that guy, man. I saw how he block as well, man. He is, he could do some things for us,
Absolutely.
Man.
And I can see that because they like Zeke made them like the Ohio State running backs, man.
Yeah, man. Zeke had a hell of a career for us. Shout out to Zeke, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be interesting to see if he plays anything beyond next season. I mean, next year, I should say, because it's coming season if he's on the team. But we'll see. I'm rooting for him.
Yeah.
I'm definitely rooting for him.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's talk a little bit about Jerry. I want to get your take here on why Jerry pulled the trigger with Schotty. So we'll talk about that next. What was up with Jerry, man? What was he thinking? What was his thoughts? What made him pull the trigger on Schotty?
I guess Schotty had good interviews, but Jerry doesn't want anybody who's going to be demanding of, I got to shop for these groceries, man. I just ain't going to be cooking, man, and just whatever you bring me.
Yeah.
Because that's what he gets. He gets coaches who coming back just appreciative. He gets guys who are just appreciative to have the job. You know what I mean? And Schottenheimer is one of those guys who's appreciative to have this job. Whoever you give me, I'm gonna make it work. Whatever you want me, I'm gonna make it work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got. In that situation, of course, you know what I'm saying, you got to believe in yourself. But yeah, I think Jerry, like, it was him doubling off of, like, coming off of thinking he had McCarthy. And that was marriage was gonna continue.
Right.
And he didn't think they was gonna get divorced, but.
Right.
He wanted to stick on his 3-year contract.
Right. Yeah.
And McCarthy was like he believed in himself. So that didn't happen. And then, like you said, Schotty sold himself. I think Dak really, you know what I'm saying, wanted him as a coach.
You think Dak played a little bit of part?
Oh, yeah, this is a Dak-friendly hire. Him and Dak, from what I'm hearing, are very close. Dak thinks highly of him.
Right.
They got a great relationship.
Right.
They've had success together.
Yeah.
They've had success together. I think they felt like, hey, here's the $60 million investment. Nothing matters more than that. We done had to pay it. And so now we gotta, you gotta give him the best opportunity because that's our biggest investment. So you pairing with a guy that's they talk the same language.
That's what I'm saying, man. Why? I think there's more than Dak-friendly coaches the perceived Dak-friendly coaches who can coach Dak up.
Who? Who would you? I want to know. No. I'm just want to know who would you have liked to seen them hire? What would have really been like? Gave you that feeling that? Because ultimately, they all got to go in there and do their thing. You know what I mean?
Vrabel was the first one.
Mike Vrabel?
I'd have really been excited about seeing him. But it all comes down to not only who you hire, but who they hire.
There we go.
You know what I mean? And Schottenheimer has made some good hires. Yep. I can't even be mad at what I'm reading, you know what I mean, about his hires.
I think that was when we were talking about he sold himself.
Yeah.
He went in there, and that was one thing that I heard him say. when he started talking about who he was going to put together as a team and all the guys, So, when you've been in the league 20 plus years, you know what I'm saying? You've been
You
around.
made some
You done made some relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And from what everybody says, he's a very likable guy.
Right.
Probably very, smooth and cool and able to kick it with, and get along with, man. So,
absolutely.
Those relationships are important. And then, they wanted somebody, too, that the familiarity. Because they wanted McCarthy back.
Right.
You know what I mean? You wanted that familiarity.
Right.
So I think all those things went into it, man. Of course, the financial side of it.
Yeah.
You can pay this, you paid this guy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no high pay, and you had a guy that's you have to be able to have a partnership with the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a certain chemistry with them. You got to be able to listen to what they're saying.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's part of it. I think that guy definitely buys into it.
Oh yeah, he buys into it because he want that job.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna buy into it if I got an opportunity. Oh yes, sir, Mr. Jones. I'm with you, baby. I'm with you.
Yeah, but hopefully he has some. You know what I'm saying, a spine to him. You know what I mean? He comes from his pops. His pops always, I remember the Cleveland Brown days. He always seemed like he was hard-nosed and a tough coach.
Absolutely.
So, and it seems like the guys that he's hiring, man, are some guys that's some hard-nosed football guys. But I think
young football guys.
Right. That's what I think, where they'll still be able to coach the guys hard, but also have that connection because there's not such a big gap.
Right. I mean, these guys have had success wherever they've gone. I mean, we talked about Clayton Adams and Matt Eberflus. Maybe being a head coach is not his thing, but he showed as a defensive coordinator he was pretty good for his limited time, those 4 years. Right. We're just hoping he can recreate that and get us back to where we need to be, and that is challenging. That is challenging for the NFC East championship
every year.
Yeah.
So every year where we should be, you know what I mean, we have a team that could go out there and could compete for that. Easy. And to get there. No, let's get there first.
Yeah.
Get there first.
I just said the NFC East.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I ain't talking about the bowl.
Yeah.
That's coming.
Yeah.
I got to believe that's coming too.
Yeah, NFC East. Then we got to make the NFC Conference Championship.
Yes. So I want to stay clear to this. The thing that we're discussing is Jerry's decision to hire Schott.
Yeah.
It all depends on, too, like you said, he has to be able to let this guy, whatever vision that he has as far as this running, he has to, you know what I'm saying, let this guy and his team say, this is what we're going to need to be able to, move the team in this direction and be able to play this style of football. If Jerry buys in and he's willing to do that, they have a chance.
Yeah.
They have a chance.
Absolutely. I mean, but if Jerry gets an advisor, man, if he don't want to give up that GM, he needs to give somebody an assistant GM role, man.
He's not doing
outside of the family.
Yeah, that's not happening.
These dudes, man, this is crazy to me, man. This is absolutely blows my mind. Like, at least with the Brown family, you know what I mean, with Cincinnati Bengals, at least Mike Brown was a Hall of Fame coach. He was a great coach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can see, so they're coming from good stuff. This is Jerry Jones. He played college ball.
That's what he did and got money.
Got money.
Come on, man. I be telling you this all the time. You signed up for this, man. You know what this is.
Yeah, I know,
They're rocking
man.
with these cats in the 70s.
It just blows my mind.
Hey, Cowboy Nation. A lot more to come. We can't wait to bring you this content. We're excited to be digging into this draft.
Yes, sir.
And taking this journey with you. Coach, I need you to take us out of here, man. Give us them parting shots, baby.
Oh, parting shots. We out of here, man. Hey, man. Every day is a new day, man. Do not let the past dictate your future, man.
I love it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button. Yeah. It's the only way we're going to be able to connect, baby.
Yeah,
we're going to be here.
Too.
We're going to be here.
Life,
no doubt.
For sure. One love.
Out.